Welcome back to the garage. It's been a while, but today finally got 4 controls for the Ironhead. So I already kind of looked at them, mocked it up a little bit on the side that I was concerned with. So probably gonna have to change the pipes down the road, but that's okay. The pipes are kind of loose anyway. So basically, though, I'm gonna go over the components, then we're gonna go over the bike, and I'm gonna show you kind of what I gotta take off and stuff, and then I'm gonna take all that off that I have to, and then jump right back to filming the actual install of it. So this is the Mid USA custom forward controls. So this is what they look like when you get them here. So this piece comes out. This is what actually attaches to the motorcycle. Goes in here, and then it's held in by the foot peg over here. So look at the packaging. So the 2 foot pegs come like this here. As you can see, I already opened this side, and then over here is the rest of it. So you get the 2 foot pegs in here. Here, nothing super special about these. Then you have all your linkages and your hardware in here. The most important piece, though, out of all of this entire kit, honestly, is in here. So let me open this up. And it's this piece right here. This is the piece that connects to the crossover linkage on the originally for the brake, but when they did the crossover conversion for 75-76, they used the brake crossover linkage piece, and they just replaced it and put a lever on it. So this is what connects to that and allows that forward control linkage to run all the way down. So yeah, I mean, this is really what I was chasing right here. So the most valuable piece I got out of all this right here. But yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of dive into what I gotta take off the bike. So first thing I gotta do to take off is this front pipe, because this is where the it bolts into the engine mount. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with this right here. Kind of gets in the way, bend it something. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how to remount this rear master cylinder, and then figure out something to do with the pipes, because this pipe back here is really loose. They don't really fit very well. I don't know kind of why, but yeah, so pipes might be an issue. So, but I gotta take off the front pipe for sure, and then I'm gonna have to take off, or maybe I'm gonna try not to, but most likely. But I gotta take off all these foot controls and everything like that. And then on the other side, it's really easy. Don't have to take off much, but yeah. So I'm just gonna get into it. It's a little under the weather. Say hi, Alexander. Hey. All right, so look right here. We got the linkage put on. So here's the crossover linkage piece hooked on there. The other thing is just finger tight down right now. What this does, right, gives this linkage a nice bend and goes up. Sorry, nice bend and goes up. And then yeah, so I got it set to where I want. Everything's just, like I said, hand tightened down. So the next part that we have to do is put the brake on. So looking down here, I have this attached. Obviously, it was attached to the foot peg before, and it
that foot peg.
Look at the foot peg right here.
Foot peg.
Right, so this is what it originally was attached to. It was screwed in back here where these 2 screws were at, and it just sat on the foot peg there. Now what I have to do is figure out a way to attach it here. So for this one, you can see the lever back here, right there. So that's where the linkage is going to connect to. So I have to mount it really close. So I'm going to try and mount it just like this here. I'm going to try and do it where I can just make a new bracket that bolts in right here and comes over and mounts right here. So that way I can just mount this like right here, and then it just bolts in
as good as new. So we're gonna see, but I have to basically be able to depress it in. So the way I'm gonna get after that is I bought some metal here at Home Depot. I have the drill press and the grinder right there. So I'm gonna I measured this out, got the right drill bit into it. So I'm gonna take the small piece of metal right here and I'm gonna drill straight through it. So hopefully we can get a nice hole through there. And then I'll take the edges and grind it down so that it's round, so that it fits snugly with this bolt into the sprocket.
Alright, so here's what it looks like. And as you see, it has the hole right here, so it'll attach right to the bike and basically be able to mount. And then you can mount the rear master cylinder separately. So here's the gloss black paint on it. I think it's pretty good, so we're going to move over and put it on the bike. Alright, so there we go. So we got this part in, connected to this piece back here. And I just got to tighten this up, but it's pretty sturdy. Let me push back against it. So let's just get this tightened up right here, and then we'll try and get this linkage all squared up, which is going to require me to push this back. So let's do all that. Alright, so basically I have to do some changes. So originally I tried to put on the forward controls like you saw. I was having troubles with brakes and everything like that, trying to get to work. Also the angles are all off, the linkages is kind of, it's so-so. So what I'm gonna do is what I didn't want to do in the first place, and if I was gonna make this decision, should have made it when I had the transmission out a long time ago. But I'm going to basically convert it back to right side shift, and then I'm going to fabricate a way to put a rear master cylinder on that works a little bit better. But with that, right, so I have to change it to right side shift again, which is going to help me with my linkage problem, because right now it comes out the right side, and then so it's coming out the right side, then runs back to a crossover shaft, which then runs down and then runs back over this way, which then hooks over this way and up to where it is. So it makes a complete U around the bike, right? If I switch it back to the right side, basically comes out this way, the right side, and then just connects, right? So it'll be a little easier, and I'll get some, hopefully some better angles on it and some better leverage, right? So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to pull the primary off, pull the primary chain off, pull the clutch out, clutch basket out, everything like that, and then pull the trap door out, right? Pull the transmission out, take that one piece, the shift shaft out, and then put the new one in, and then it'll run all the way through this time. So, all right, well, I finished, and basically, this is the fruit of my labor here. So here's all the pile of parts that I have to now go through and clean and sort. I got the transmission sitting right here, and the one part I actually have to replace, just this little piece right here. All of this one piece. But yep, so this is the one that goes for left side shift. It's shorter than the one that comes stock that'll go out further. So basically removed the sprocket right here and everything like that to pull the transmission out, but it came out right here in this hole back here, and then it connected to this piece. They ran all the way back here, which then fit into that crossover shaft lever that went through there and then went on the other side. So now that that's all removed, basically I just have to remove this here, this little like pressed in thing, which is going to be fun. And then the new one will just come out through here and sit right here. So yeah, it's going to be good. But for reference, everything's out. I gotta pick up the little roller bearings in there and pack that back. I'm gonna go ahead and do that tonight so I don't forget. And then I put this back in here to prevent oil crossing over out of the crankcase and leaking, and I got a little Tupperware dish down there. But yeah, all that just to get one small piece out right here that's like 4 inches long to make it right side shift again. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. It's gonna be really long. It's gonna be part one of converting to right side shift and putting on forward controls. I didn't film taking it apart or anything like that because there's other people who know exactly what they're doing. I can describe to you in detail, and I did some things that probably weren't that great. Also, I found a bunch of metal in the primary, but I haven't found any metal worn parts, so I'm not sure if that's like residual metal that just was in the engine from the first time I tore it down and put it back together and put new oil in it and ran it. If that's what just collected and maybe that's done. Maybe that has to do with something with the noise. I don't know. The noise coming from that rear cylinder and the top end, so who knows? I don't. Best I can do is get it to right side shift and try and tighten down all the bolts. Like I said, still what I have to do is take off the tank and so I can get to the top end and just make sure everything's torqued down so there's no leaks. But yeah, so that'll do it for today's video. Stay tuned for part 2, which is going to be me getting in the new parts, installing them, and basically getting it all put back together. And you know, yeah. But without further ado, I'll see y'all.